Today we are going to discuss about how to plot a sine waveform using the Python. So use colab.research.google.com and then file, new notebook, right, and then you will be getting this window. So here import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, where matplotlib is nothing but visualization package and then pyplot is nothing but collection of functions. So first import that, and then in order to draw a sine waveform we have to import one more function called numpy as np, where numpy is nothing but numerical Python package, and this is used to import mathematical function. So here we are going to use sine function which we are going to import. So we are going to import a mathematical package which will be there in the numpy. So first of all, how your sine waveform will be? So your sine waveform will be like this. So we require the starting interval and then we require the ending interval and then we require the spacing between the two consecutive intervals. For example, it starts from 0 and then mid value is 3 and then it is going to end with 6, and then in between I have 1 and 2 and then here I have 4 and 5. So this spacing interval also I require. So starting interval, ending interval and then the spacing interval I require. So this I can give by using the function called np.arrange. So we can use function called arrange, and within that we have 4 parameters. So first 3 we are going to use, that is starting value and then end value, that is stop and then step, right. So for example, if my starting value of my sine waveform function is 0 and then my end value of your sine waveform is 4 pi. So 4 star pi, and then the spacing between the two consecutive interval is 0.1, right. And then here the arrange is nothing but a mathematical function. So I have assigned it as np.arrange, and then similarly pi is nothing but mathematical constant. So here also I have to use np.pi. So let me consider this as x. So if you want, you can print and see the x value. So what it will be, you will be getting 0, 0.1 and 0.2 up to your 4 pi. So 4 pi is nothing but 4 into 3.14. So it starts with a 0 and end with nearly 12.5. The ending interval value will be 12.5 and the spacing between two consecutive intervals will be 0.1. So like that you will get a one array. Yeah. So this is your result, right. So it starts with 0 and end with 12.5 and the spacing between the two interval is nothing but 0.1. So I am getting the value of 0, 0.1, 0.2. So now what is our aim? So we are going to plot a sine waveform, right. We are going to plot a sine waveform which starts with the interval 0 and ends with the interval 12.5 and the spacing between the two value is nothing but 0.1. So like that you are going to consider and then you are going to draw a sine waveform. So again, to draw a sine waveform I require np.sine. So we can use a plot graph itself, plt.plot. So we require x axis value and y axis value. X axis value is nothing but x and then y axis value is nothing but sine of x. So since sine is again a mathematical function, we have to use np.sine. So plot your graph. So I am getting a sine waveform here. My starting value is 0 and ending value is 12.5. Again, if you want to give any title for this, you can give plt.title like sine waveform. And then if you want to plot cosine waveform also, it is also possible. So if you want to plot within the same window, you can use here itself as plt dot plot of x comma np dot cos of x. So we can give the title as sine and cosine waveform. So if you want to differentiate the color, you can give the color also by using color command. So let me consider red for your sine waveform, and then for your cosine, let me consider it as magenta, or let me consider it is black. So K you can give. So let me plot the graph. So see here. So I am getting a sine as well as cosine waveform. Sine waveform is given by the red color, and then cosine waveform is represented by black color.